Our sitting of the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee was today rocked by chaotic exchanges between members and proposers of various amendments to a bill that's seeking to make changes to the Political Parties Act. Garissa Town Member of Parliament Aden Duale led a host of UDA allied MPs in staging a walkout in what appears to be a move to frustrate the passage of this bill. Now, members of JLAC were torn on what should happen to amendments sponsored by the said MPs, with a section proposing that they should not proceed to the floor of the House as Parliament reconvenes for a special sitting tomorrow. Sam Gituku was there and he brings us this report.
This meeting, who is there? Mr. Chair, can also become a chair. Why so many chairmen? Why is Kajuang directing an honorable member?
It got off to a rude start. A meeting that had been intended to harmonise over 100 amendments to various clauses contained in the Political Parties Amendment Bill. Justice and Legal Affairs Committee Chair Muturi Kigano had hoped to reconcile overlapping amendments, drop some, and agree who carries harmonised proposals on the floor of the House. A meeting that was also attended by the Registrar of Political Parties, Anne Derito, and Political Parties Disputes Tribunal Chair, Desmond Nungo. The two would turn out to be the punching bag by a group of UDA-affiliated legislators led by Garissa Town's Aden Duale. Their contention being that the two stakeholders should not attend such a meeting, forcing JLAC chair to rule they would not speak to the agenda.
So these members can sit, they will not contribute. Yes. All right? Are you satisfied?
So then I will leave and then you allow me to execute my amendments on the floor.
Chairman Kigano attempted to call back Duale to stay, and as soon as he did, his troops walked back.
Chairman, this meeting has so many chairmen.
Those who are leaving can leave quickly.
Me, I'll stay here and deal with my matter here.
But as the exchange heated up further, it was time to go.
Who is Kajuang to direct an honorable member?
MPs Kimani Ichung'wah, Didmas Baraza, Alice Wahome, Owen Baya, among others, following Duale out. See how Ichung'wah exchanges pleasantries with Registrar Anne Derito, the supposed discomfort within the session. The more than 100 proposed amendments to various clauses have been sponsored by 16 members of Parliament, some repeated by the members. MPs that stayed behind made an attempt to harmonise the proposed amendments, but it wasn't easy.
This hubris is why the BBI was shut down. This hubris, this arrogance and hubris why the BBI was shut down by the court.
MPs Ayub Savula, David Ocheng and Godfrey Osotsi managed to submit on their proposed amendments, some having to be withdrawn, while some yielded to concessions, including a deadline to form coalition political party, now agreed at 120 days, instead of the earlier 6 months. Duale team later addressed the media, protesting decision of the committee.
Why the other stakeholders were invited was part of a wider scheme, because a serious public participation was not done on this piece of legislation.
Had we agreed to participate in that, kangaroo something there, it means we would have sanitized the process of public participation, where we know us as members, we are supposed to engage the committee directly.
You cannot say you have conducted public participation and in your own report table before the House, only the three stakeholders who are basically government people, the Registrar of Political Parties, the Chairman of the Tribunal, and the National Treasury Cabinet Secretary have appeared before the committee.
It appeared to be choreographed in a way that when I spoke to one member, I requested one member to stay behind. The rest also came back. When he left, they also left.
Back at the committee, there was much to say, but few listeners.
You had opportunity. Huh? You had yourself, I give you the fullest opportunity.
Kenyans can still remember when somebody said the eyes have it.
Yes.
The committee was torn on the fate of the amendments proposed by the MPs that walked out. Later in the evening, the committee by a majority resolved to drop all amendments that had not been submitted upon by their sponsors. 4 dissenting members of the committee, however, resolved to file a minority report ahead of Tuesday's special sitting.
The members appeared to have abandoned those who walked out. For all practical purposes, we take it as having dropped the amendments before the committee. But just like any other member of Parliament, they will, depending on our recommendation, they are entitled to raise these matters on the floor of the House.
If it's not completed tomorrow, I'll call for a special session.
right? And I will not tire from calling special sessions until we conclude on this bill. So those who think that they want to tire everyone out should know I have the whole month of January, right? And if it means doing 5 clauses per day, yeah, that's what we will do.
Political partisan interests appear to have taken the center stage in the debate of the contentious bill. As to whether the special sitting will yield the results desired by the sponsors of the bill is a matter of wait and see as the contest rages on. Sam Gituku, Citizen TV at Parliament.